Hello, and welcome to this week's Meaningful Minute. If you remember last week, I shared with you a verse in Paul's second letter to the Corinthians about how God comforts us in our affliction so that we can comfort others with that same comfort. But what I kind of neglected to mention is how God comforts us. So I want to give you 3 examples of how God comforts us and how we can then pass that along to others. The first one is my cousin Susan. About 10 years ago, her mom had a stroke and then went into the hospital with a heart attack. And of course, Susan was worried about her. And when she went into her mom's hospital room, she saw a feather lying on the floor. And what that feather meant to her is that verse from Psalm 91 that God covers us with his feathers and protects us under his wings. And she just had such a feeling of peace. She knew her mom was going to be okay, and her mom was okay for that period of time. So that's a great example. Another one is I have a friend who has dreams, and in the dream there's an old man sitting on a rock in a stream, and he's surrounded by children. And in this dream there was so much light, and she looked at herself and she was filled with light. And one of the children said, "Come on out. The Father has saved a place for you." And she went out and sat right next to him on the rock. And she was filled with so much joy and peace. And then she woke up. Boy, I could go a long ways with that sort of a dream. And then my third example is last year I was here at the beach by myself. Susan had gone back to Michigan to be with her family for Christmas. And I went to take a picture of the sunset. It was kind of mediocre. And I felt God say to me, just wait and see what I have in store for you. And so the next morning, my dog Corey had to go to the bathroom. And so I woke up early and took her out. And there was this glorious sunrise that just, the sky was pink from west to east. And I remembered what God had said to me. Wait and see what I have in store for you. So that gave me great comfort. And I've been able to pass that along to others. So this week, think about ways that God has comforted you and ways that you can pass that along. Because I bet you have hundreds of examples. But just think of 1 or 2. Maybe write it down so that you really do remember how God has given you comfort and peace. Have a great week.